Good morning, everybody. It is a new vlog. This one is very exciting because we are celebrating Murphy's birthday this weekend. His birthday is May 29th, but this is bank holiday weekend, and at home I think it's Memorial Day weekend as well. We haven't been back to London in quite some time, so we're very excited to explore a little bit. And this specifically, we've kind of catered this to be like our own curated food tour weekend. So we have some exciting places that we've been wanting to try. One place that Murphy has been before for sushi. And we have a couple other things we're going to be doing mixed in there as well. But we're starting off the morning with some breakfast. Murphy just went to drop Monty off with our friends, and I have made us some breakfast. So I'm making basically breakfast BLTs. Got my eggs over here. And we're going to catch the train here in a little bit. And our first stop is going to be VR golfing at this place called Pitch. So we will hit the train and meet you at Pitch in a little bit. Alright, we are back at our hotel, and we did, like I said, Pitch, the golfing, which we ended up doing for 2 hours. It was great. It's kind of like a bougie VR golf. Murphy said it was the nicest of like that type of thing that he's been to. I would definitely recommend. They have a few different locations in England, but we did the Soho location. We also did a little bit of shopping. I'll give you a little haul later, but our first restaurant stop of this trip is a very exciting one. It's the River Cafe. It's in technically Hammersmith, I think. And we first came upon this restaurant. I read Stanley Tucci's both books, and I think he mentions it in both, but for sure the second one he came out with. But it's also mentioned frequently on one of our favorite like Instagram, TikTok accounts called Top Jaw, where they interview a bunch of like local restaurateurs or chefs in the area about like some of their favorite spots in London, and this one is frequently mentioned. Actually, when I was just having another browse through our like itinerary while we were here, I actually found out that this place has a Michelin star, which I didn't know when I booked it. But I am super excited to try the food here. It is Italian, and we will of course show you the vibes and what we get as long as we're able to. So we'll see you there in a bit. Okay, we are back from our experience at the River Cafe, and I have to say, I almost like didn't want to love it so much because it is such a pricey dinner excursion.
And very hyped.
Very, very hyped. But to start from the top, I definitely judge a restaurant by its martini. I am a martini girl and a tequila girl, and the martini was exquisite. Murphy got Aviation, and that was
very good.
And so for a starter, we got beef carpaccio, which Murphy and I normally get like anytime we're at a steak restaurant and they offer it. And this was just amazing. It was with raw zucchini like ribbons, and the lemon
Mustardish sauce
with it was just incredible, and it was so thin, and it was amazing. I could not be more pleased. And then we shared our entrees and we got the ravioli. It was, for me, like a cry-worthy experience because it literally tasted like my godmother's raviolis, and I grew up making them with her around Christmas time. It tasted just like that, but slightly different, but it was so buttery and delicious, and I actually ended up saving like my last 1.5 for the complete end because I just didn't want it to end. It was so buttery and delicious. I mean, to be honest, probably the most butter I've consumed in the last like 3 months, but totally worth it. But then to pair with the ravioli, we also got a fish, and we got the Dover sole, and that was also incredible. Honestly, it didn't even taste like fish. It was just so tender and delicious, and it was served with potatoes, and I think it was Brussels sprouts, but like giant Brussels sprouts that were like crispy, and it honestly, like everything together was just incredible. And we had a white wine to pair with it, which was recommended by the sommelier, which they have 2 on staff, which is incredible. And I always appreciate when a place has a somm to recommend something either by the bottle or by the glass, but since we had our cocktails before, we weren't going to go bottle, so we just got a carafe. And then to end, I forgot that I mentioned that it was Murphy's birthday, so we had a nice surprise with his ice cream. They put happy birthday on the plate, which was super sweet, with a candle. And he got almond ice cream, which I don't know if I've ever had just almond ice cream, and I think you said you hadn't either. But I had one taste and I was like floored. It was so delicious. We should have gotten 2 scoops, to be honest.
Yeah.
But we paired that with tiramisu. That's my personal favorite dessert.
Mine too. Our motto is if they have tiramisu, we have to get it.
Yeah, always. Like, even if there's no room, we almost always try it, because I feel like that's also, like, when you have something that's a favorite, you can kind of judge a place by something that you order all the time. And the tiramisu, Murphy specifically said, that's the booziest tiramisu I've ever had. It was delicious, and I ended up also ordering an espresso martini because I also love an espresso martini, and that was divine as well. So I would 10 out of 10 recommend. It is a splurge, but if you're looking for like some sort of celebration or just a lover of food, they change their menu twice a day, which I found out from our server, which is literally insane. But they really utilize what is in season, which I really appreciate. And so River Cafe, could not recommend more. If you've never been, definitely try it out. But we also wanted to just go over our quick haul that we got today. We didn't do too much shopping. I feel like we both get kind of overwhelmed, especially in London. There's so many people. But we'll just start off with the River Cafe because they do have cookbooks. So we ended up getting their easy cookbook, mainly because it had more pictures. The other one just wasn't as photographic as this one, so we did get their easy cookbook for £32, and I'm excited to have a browse. So Murphy had been wanting, on his list of things to do when we were in London for his birthday weekend, was to go to Amy Leon Dior, and he's wanted a hat for a long time, so he finally got his hat.
I did. Their store is really cool. If you haven't been to the one in London, it is very chic, I would say.
Very chic. And I mean, it's expensive, but also just the people that work there, you're like, oh my god, they are stylish.
Yeah. It's something that, like, if you want to buy something nice, I feel like the quality is really good, so.
But it looks good on both of us, because I tried it on earlier, and I'm quite picky about hats, but like, if I have my hair down, like, it looks pretty good. It needs to be a little bit tighter, but decent, good color scheme.
Nice material, yeah. I wanted to go with the neutral one because they make a lot of like dark green ones, which I really like that color, but I feel like it doesn't go with as much. They do have really nice accessories too. Like we saw some nice ashtrays, cigar trays, cigar holder too.
Oh yeah, almost like a man purse, but just for your cigars. So Deb, if you want to get Andy a gift, this would be a good one. But they have really nice clothes too. They're just quite expensive.
Very
I
expensive.
pointed out, they have really nice loafers that I told Murphy would be like really nice, but they're probably like at least 500 pounds. But anyways, so we also went to Abercrombie, but I did find a cute shirt, and it says tequila and lime, which is very me, and I wanted to incorporate a little more color into my wardrobe anyway, so I just got this cute tee. And Murphy likes it, so that's always nice when he approves. But
nice stitching too on it.
Yeah, and it's thin. It's not like it's good for summer, so I'm excited to wear that. Lastly, this is one of my new favorite brands. I don't think I've talked about them yet because I got them just before I went to Iceland, but this brand called Fleur. So last time I was there at Space NK, I picked out 2 scents that I really loved, and this one was one, and it's called Father Figure. It's so good. That the notes are, well, the olfactive family is green. The notes are water lily, lush fig, cassis buds, and then it has musks, patchouli, vanilla, sandalwood, which are very much my scents. But it's incredible, and these are like fairly affordable, and they always sell these, and not every brand sells them, especially with the spray. A lot of the travel size are roll-ons, so I appreciate when a brand does a spray. But the Father Figure probably outdoes the other one I bought, which is Soft Spot, which is a little bit more like, this is a little bit more fresh. This is a little bit more deep, like ambery. Fleur, PHLUR. If you can find them. I buy them at Space NK, but I'm sure somewhere in the States, if you're from the States, you can find them. That concludes our first day in London, and tomorrow we have another exciting day. Murphy's doing his run, and I'm going to a cycling class, and then we will tell you about what we're getting up to the rest of the day tomorrow. Good morning, or almost afternoon now. We've done our workouts this morning. I did cycling class and it absolutely ruined my legs and my glutes, which is a good thing.
I did park run today in London. It was okay. It was very congested run, and felt good. There's no hills at this one like ours has.
Nice.
So I was happy with not having to do that.
So on the docket today, very exciting. We're going to one of the most popular pubs in London, and it's called the Devonshire. And they have like a classic pub on like the ground floor, I believe, and then upstairs is like a proper restaurant, and they're really known for their meats. And we actually just watched, Murphy listened to a video a guy did on YouTube of some of the food, and it looks so good. However, I may have to rethink what I'm ordering because all of that butter from yesterday has not sat very well in my gut today. So, but we'll obviously take you along for the journey and show you what we order at the Devonshire. See you soon. Okay, so it's a little bit later. We are back, and we just took a little snooze at the hotel because we were exhausted from the day. The city walking really gets to you, I will say. But the Devonshire, amazing. I would definitely recommend. You have to get on like the reservations really quick, 1 month before the date that you want. So if you want to eat there, definitely look ahead of time. But their steaks, phenomenal. We're big steak people. We only really like go out for them every so often, but we search out like a good steak. And I got the filet. Murphy got the ribeye. The filet is definitely better, in my opinion. And Murphy ended up wishing he would have gotten it too.
Yes.
But it's just so tender on the inside, and it's got a nice crisp layer on the outside. You can taste the grill, which we were seated in the room where they were grilling it, which was nice. The starter was also amazing, probably the best scallop starter I've ever had. Yeah. And they give you rolls too. The rolls were incredible, and they give you more if you want, which is
They just have trays and they walk around.
So many.
Tong them on.
Yeah. And then we also got the sides, and their sides are delicious and super affordable. Like every side was like £5 only. The peas with the bacon and the onions, I could eat like trays of it. It was so good. And Murphy said he's gonna try to like figure out how to recreate it.
Yeah.
Duck fat fries were also good. I feel like I just like the steak was so heavy I wasn't really in the mood. And we of course finished off with that sticky toffee pudding, which was divine. So salty and sweet and delish. So quite a heavy lunch, but the dinner times they had available when I looked, most of them were already snatched up, so they were kind of awkward times, so that's why we went for lunch. But they also do a coursed meal. You can do 2 or 3 courses for like, I think it's like 20 and 29 pounds, like super cheap if you're wanting something a little bit more affordable. So they also say that they have the best Guinness in, I don't know if it was London or England, but Murphy did say it was really good. So definitely check out the Devonshire, even if you just pop by for like a drink or something. But now we are on to our second to last meal for this birthday excursion. We're going out for sushi, and this is a place Murphy's been before and has loved when he traveled to London for work previously. So it's called Chisou Japanese. We're going to the Knightsbridge location, so we'll of course take you along for that as well. Here's Murphy's new fit today from Uniqlo. A nice linen shirt and some black jeans.
I've been needing some black jeans, so.
And don't be fooled, there is a wife beater underneath there, which he said he would never buy. Good morning, everybody. We are on to our final day in London. I'm just getting ready for the day. We did our sushi last night, which was so yummy. It's kind of a like hole in the wall place, sort of. It's near Harrods, but it's kind of on a side street, and I don't know, you would kind of like not give it a second glance if you just walked by, but Murphy used to go there when he worked in London a bit more, and he would sit at the counter. They have like the whole sushi counter where they're making it in front of you, which is always like a nice treat. Murphy did get the like nigiri selection, so he got like 14, I think, different nigiri, and I had one of the salmon and one of the tuna, which are my favorite. His favorite yesterday was actually the scallop, and least favorite was the mackerel, but that sushi is just phenomenal. And I just did the 2 like regular rolls. I did a fatty tuna with spring onion and then spicy salmon, and I do have to say it was the best spicy salmon roll I've ever had. It was just delish. We also got some edamame. And then what else? Oh, we got like this pork belly, like sauteed pork belly with spicy kimchi, which was okay. I feel like if there was more pork, it would have been a little bit better, but the kimchi was actually much spicier than I expected. But it also came after our sushi was delivered, so we were quite full anyways. And then we topped it off with, Murphy got a birthday mochi, so that was nice. But today on the agenda, most things don't open till like 12 today, so we're kind of just having a slow morning at the hotel. We had some breakfast and we will be going to Mayfair to go to this art gallery, and they have some Bob Dylan art there that we just want to have a little browse. So they open at 11, and then we will be stopping at Borough Market to go to this kitchen store. It's called Borough Kitchen. I just want to have a browse and see what they have. I do have some things in mind that I would like to buy, but it's kind of just a matter of whether or not I feel like bringing them back with me on the train and stuff, so TBD. But then the reason we're even going to be in Borough Market is because our lunch plans, our final food stop of our little food tour is Oma, which is like a Mediterranean tapas place. They also own Agora, which does a little bit more like souvlaki, like meats on the grill sort of thing. But they also own Oma, which is above it, and it's a little bit more high-end tapas, but still quite affordable from the sample menu I looked at. And I recently learned that they've only just recently earned their first Michelin star. So that's amazing, and I've had plenty of a browse on Instagram to see like the pictures of their food, and there's one dish in particular I'm super excited to try, so I'm hoping they have it. But we'll bring you to the art gallery if they allow footage, I don't know, but otherwise we will see you at